Motufetū, who is Matangi, the Bat Lady? Her story and fate explained. Motufetū introduces Matangi, a woman possessing mysterious powers and accompanied by bats. Initially portrayed as a villain, Matangi, voiced by Awhimai Fraser, reveals she serves the god Nalo and holds Maui captive under his command. However, her character undergoes a transformation, adding complexity and mystery to her persona. The Disney sequel leaves many questions unanswered regarding Matangi, suggesting the possibility of future sequels or spin-offs exploring her character further. The 2024 sequel to the 2016 film Moana depicts the eponymous protagonist embarking on a new voyage with significantly higher stakes. Moana must traverse the ocean to locate the island of Motufetū, which, in ancient times, functioned as the central hub for all the Pacific Island communities. Motufetū was cursed by the deity Nalo, who believed that maintaining the division among the people would augment his own power and authority. To terminate this isolation, Moana must make physical contact with the submerged island in Moana-2. The character Matangi, initially an adversary but subsequently an ally, proves to be instrumental in her success. Matangi's role in Moana-2, explained. Matangi is initially portrayed as an antagonist in Moana-2. She is first seen holding Maui captive and threatens both him, a demigod, and the human girl he transformed into a wayfinder, with destruction. Matangi reveals that she serves Nalo, the envious and vengeful storm god. It is implied that she was assigned to guard the portal of the gods within the giant clam, which leads to the cursed island of Motufetū. However, instead of preventing Moana and her crew from passing through in Moana-2, Matangi unexpectedly assists them in their quest. Matangi advised Moana that, to accomplish her objective, she must relinquish control, embrace the unknown, and trust her intuition. This strategy proved effective, and just as Moana found her path, Maui and her crew arrived. It was at this point that Maui understood that Matangi had detained him solely to facilitate his reunion with Moana and enable him to provide assistance. The enigmatic Batwoman clarified that if Moana were to break the curse afflicting Motufetū, she, Matangi, would also be liberated from her servitude to the Nalo and the giant clam that appeared to be her prison. Explanation of Matangi's powers. Matangi displays proficiency in magic. Matangi does not possess the same level of power as deities like Te or Nalo in the Moana universe. Her abilities are more consistent with those of a demigod, which would explain her connection to Maui and her subservience to a more powerful deity like Nalo. Matangi exhibits a unique affinity with bats, which congregate around her and respond to her commands. Additionally, she appears to be unaffected by gravity, as she effortlessly moves across walls and ceilings, reminiscent of a bat's movements. Her abilities align with her name, which bears resemblance to words for wind in various Polynesian languages. The character herself embodies the fluidity and agility of the wind, mirroring the movements of her bat companions. Matangi's abilities align well with her master, Nalo, who is believed to be the god of storms in Moana-2. Wind is a prominent element in storms, capable of causing destruction and danger. However, wind can also be beneficial and essential, propelling vessels through their sails, or, in this case, the parachute-like device Loto device to navigate Nalo's cyclones. Therefore, Matangi's powers and role in Moana-2 are fitting. Additionally, it is noteworthy that Maui is the demigod of the wind and sea, suggesting a connection between his role and Matangi's. How Moana-2 hints at Matangi's lore. Moana-2 hints at a deeper story behind Matangi. While there are still many unanswered questions about Matangi, Moana-2 does shed some light on her history. During her song, Get Lost, Matangi reveals that she has been serving Nalo for 1,000 years. This service likely began around the time Maui stole the heart of Te and was subsequently banished to a remote island. It appears that Matangi's arrangement with Nalo is not voluntary. She later mentions owing a debt to the god, suggesting that she required his assistance at some point in the past and is still repaying that obligation centuries later. The exact nature of this debt remains unclear, but the stories of Maui and Moana may offer some clues. Maui, once a human, ascended to demigod status after his family cast him into the ocean. In Moana-2, Moana undergoes a similar transformation, achieving a demigod-like state following a self-sacrificial act. If, as implied in Moana, Matangi is also a demigod, it is plausible that she too was once mortal. While this remains unconfirmed by Disney, Moana has certainly paved the way for the potential return of Matangi and other characters in future installments of the franchise.